The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Interior Department says that the entire country could soon be under COVID-19 Alert Level 1. DILG Undersecretary Epimaco Densing said some LGUs have not reached the 70% vaccination rate just yet, but most of them have met other criteria, such as the low hospitalization rate. Densing also said that they are ironing out a national action plan that is focused on the country's pandemic recovery.
Nakita po natin na halos buong bansa na po ay pwede nang ilagay sa alert level 1 nga. Kaya lang naglagay ho tayo ng kwalifikasyon. Kailangan na 70% ng target population mo ay kailangan nabakunahan na.
And workers from the IT BPO sector are appealing for an extension to the work from home or for the work from setup, saying that on-site work often leads to higher expenses. Camille Samonte with their story.
Things are coming back to normal for employees in the information technology and BPO industries as they need to back to on-site work beginning April 1 of this year. This as the Fiscal Incentives Review Board denies the extension of the work-from-home setup of the said industries. According to FRIB Resolution Number 19-21, working from home is allowed only from September 2021 to March 2022. The Finance Department says reporting on site is essential to kickstart the economy, which was severely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yung iba, meron tayong narinig na humihingi ng extension, pero yun nga, gusto kasi natin magbukas na ng ekonomiya. So yung ating employees sa BPO industries, nagko-contribute din yan sa konsumo, pagkonsumo ng produkto, halimbawa ng micro, small, and medium enterprises.
But some BPO employees are still wary of the change, mainly due to their monthly expenditures should they go back to their office cubicles. Now, with the added burden of rising fuel costs and basic commodities.
There's a chance din na kapag magbabalik ka na on-site, yung gastos mo tataas din, pero yung sahod, same pa din. So parang ganun. So mahirap mag-adjust, mag-budget.
According to them, companies and industries should consider the alternative setup since their quality of work was not affected.
Ngayon mas okay sa akin yung work from home na lang muna. Kasi syempre kung hindi naman nakakaabala sa stats mo at yung performance, why not mag-work from home na lang?
Na-contribute naman kaming malaki kahit na naka-work from home kami. So, I guess hindi siya kailangan i-force na ibalik lahat on-site.
But the DOF warns that companies which will defy FRRB's resolution may result in their exclusion in certain tax-exempt incentives. Companies inside economic zones are entitled for tax incentives on income tax holidays and a 5% tax rate in their gross income.
At the end of the day, unfair yan sa ibang mga kumpanya na nagbabayad ng buwis, na nasa labas sila ng ecozone, binabayaran nila yung tamang rate kung magkano dapat ang mga businesses na wala sa ecozone. Unfair yon. Ngayon na nagbubukas ng ekonomiya natin, kailangan na natin bumalik.
The IT and Business Process Association of the Philippines supports the goal of economic restart, but they expressed that many employees preferred a hybrid work arrangement. They said that they are coordinating with government agencies to give them a smooth transition from full work from home to hybrid. They will also manage the ratio of employees working remotely and on-site so that their operations will not be hampered. For News 5, Camille Samonte, We Are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Motorists are on the lookout for transportation alternatives and other hacks as pump prices continue to rise. Mobile journalist King Senko with the report.
With a spate of pump price increases, some motorists are already opting for alternative travel options that do not consume gas. And what better way is there than bicycles? When going out to do errands, Vin has been accustomed to driving his car. But with expensive fuel, Vin has been spending at least 500 pesos whenever he goes out. So, as an alternative, he decided to go back to biking.
Number one, mahal yung gasolina. Tapos, sabihin natin traffic din naman dito sa Calamba eh. Tulad ng dati.
Besides being able to save, Vin also noticed that he was able to cut his travel time by almost 40 minutes. Not to mention, biking is good exercise.
Bumalik ako sa pagbabike, I was like 119 kilos. And now I'm only 94. 25 kilos. Pinababawa sa akin.
But Vin also admits that biking also has its disadvantages, such as the weather and very limited storage space. But if using a car cannot be helped, there are some ways to save gasoline. First, follow the recommended air tire pressure of your car. Do not go too fast. Make sure to plan your route ahead of time, remove excess baggage, and if possible, try to carpool. And if the area that you're going to isn't too far, walking is also a good option. While we have no control over the current fuel price increases, remember that your autos are not only your options for travel. Mobile journalist King Senko, we are One News.
One study published in the Lancet Medical Journal says the real global death toll from COVID-19 could be 3 times higher than official records. Let's get the details in this Bloomberg Quick Take.
At the global level, this is quite the biggest mortality shock since, the Spanish flu. India's at the top, followed by soon thereafter by the U.S., by Russia, the U.S., Brazil, Mexico. Those are the ones at the top of the list in terms of numbers. Two issues really come out as being super important of being correlated and likely, causal. Age. Age is just such an overwhelming risk factor for COVID that it's not surprising that older societies in North America and Europe and Eastern Europe have had much higher COVID excess death rates. And the other one is obesity. Reaffirm what's seen in the clinical data at the population level, that obesity, countries that have high obesity have really had much worse excess mortality.
The Philippine Olympic Committee has included EJ Obiena in the country's SEA Games roster. Obiena is now one of the more than 600 athletes who will be competing for the Philippines in Hanoi, Vietnam come May. The Olympian was left out by his mother organization Patafa amid their ongoing rift. Obiena holds the Asian record for pole vaulting at 5.93 meters. He won gold for the Philippines during the 2019 SEA Games. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.